So let's talk about, kind of being a music veteran and 10 years with one record label and growing up in the music business, so to speak.
I guess the whole concept is that, things are going to be real rough for a while, and you're going to play a lot of real joints, and you're going to bang on a lot of doors, and people are going to treat you like dog meat, and then, and then all of a sudden one day, ping, things are going to get better, and you're going to look back on them as the good old days. The albums that I've made now, well, this is the first song I've ever produced, so it's the first one I've had a real firm, active role in the direction and the landscape of the music. And there are a lot of different barometers for how you're doing. I'm not absolutely sure that making $1 million and having your face on a lunchbox in Connecticut is really is what that's all about. I think there's as long as you're still taking turns and exploring and trying out new things, I think then you're better off.
So what do you do to stay fresh, keep and keep a wide-eyed approach?
The danger, I think, after a while, is continuing to write the same song again, and I think that's what you have to be careful of. So I'm trying to find some new geography. Yeah, I think all composers go through that. It's you get comfortable and familiar with certain territory, whatever it is that you find attractive to write about and deal with. And then I do have a familiar turf that I continue to dig up and look at.
So what do you look for? What then becomes an interesting subject and a non-interesting subject? If we would just look around here in this diner, what would be the interesting thing to talk about or to write about, and what wouldn't be?
I like those shoes up there.
The waitress's white shoes?
That's nice. Nice angle from where I am. The variety of sweaters there on the nail. I remember I worked at a restaurant for several years, and Sal Crivello, who I worked with for 6 years, I never saw him in anything but a paper hat, and a white linen shirt, and a dirty apron, white socks, and black with those tractor tread shoes. And one night, it was Christmas Eve, I think, I stayed late. He left early, and he changed. He went into a little closet, and he changed. It was like watching Superman. He went into this little closet, and he came out with a sweater shirt and, a little gold pepper around his neck, and slicked his hair down, tight stay press, slack job there, and loafers, wild socks, and apparently an unbelievable itinerary. He was going to a bowling alley with a girl who was about 6'7", weighed about 220, and I always remember that the thrill of seeing him dressed as somebody else. I thought he wore that little white uniform everywhere he went. It's like I always thought jazz musicians slept in their clothes and stayed in $4 rooms, drank cheap booze, and lived this whole life of self-denial, kind of, and the name of the music. And I found out all these guys that, wear pantyhose, sit out by the swimming pool, play golf in the afternoon. It was really hard for me. And
but in a way, you personify that image. The town lights you hear, the lyrics you hear, the street scenes that are depicted seem to be the fellow who's singing it.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
But it's like there isn't then that separation that we're talking about here. Is there?
Well, I think it's important to, at some point, to make a distinction between certainly. I think that you can continue to write about certain things without staying overnight there, And yeah, I think that's possible. It's safer. Hubert Selby Jr. Has a nice family and is very, but he writes about the dark side.
You're watching around though.
All depends on how you handle it, I guess. Creative processes, imagination, memories, nightmares, dismantling certain aspects of this world and kind of putting them back together in the dark. Songs aren't necessarily, verbatim chronicles or, necessarily journal entries. They're like smoke, It's like it's made out of smoke. The stuff that makes a song. I mean, usually a song will remind you of something, take you back somewhere, make you think of somebody, someplace, or they're like touchstones. So they really like mist.
But why do it?
It beats working at a fish market. Beats working at a slaughterhouse. I think you have to do something because you have to do it, not because you. It's just a bad habit with me. I can't. I get nervous when I'm not writing.
You are?
But I'm usually working on something